It's currently the 16th of January, 2025, the same day the drawing I will be talking about has been uploaded. This video is also the first time where the sole subject revolves around a drawing, especially with the distinction it's an artwork I commissioned to an artist. So let's get going after the intro on that one Halo 3 map, Narrows. So the idea of this drawing began on the 3rd of November 2024. Originally, I had the idea of a more simple artwork, a full shot of the Gurren Seitan 8 elements from Code Geass flying above the clouds. However, to respect the limitation of DrawingsZERO can do and cannot do, I had to cancel the idea and go with something more aligned to his expertise. The starting point of the idea begins with scene building. It starts with drawing up the background details, which started with inspiration from both COD 4's one shot, one kill mission and the tower you start at, and the second inspiration, Modern Warfare 3, a game that came out in 2011, and its mission, Blood Brothers, which takes place on the scaffolding infrastructure inside a church, which overlooks the area of a hotel building across the street. After the background details were established, I also brought up the discussion about how the camera perspective will showcase the scene. Originally, it was supposed to be at a worm's eye perspective, looking up at an angle. However, it was on the 6th of January when the commission began. I was told such perspective couldn't work because it wouldn't allow for a clear view of the equipment and uniforms of the characters, along with a view of the building's interior. So we agreed to have view established at a higher altitude, with the quote-unquote camera facing more forward, if not a little bit more downwards at an angle. And the main reference for the hole in the building came from this one particular area from the third act missions in the COD 4 campaign where a wall is breached. So that served as a reference for a hole in the wall. So for the details about the characters, during the start, it was easily agreed on to have Scarecrow from Girls Frontline and Essex from Azur Lane featured in the artwork. I just figured because of Scarecrow's role and equipment in Girls Frontline, she would be suitable as a spotter. And why did I choose Essex for this artwork? She is popular amongst the fan base. And it's not the first time he had to draw Essex, and to keep things unique, I told him to draw Essex with camouflage clothing, a vest, and eye protection. But to answer a question someone might ask, was Essex supposed to have a pistol somewhere on her person in the scene? The answer would be not necessary due to the camera angle, so such detail wouldn't be able to be shown in the first place. But to get back on point, for the case of Scarecrow, I didn't have much creative thought about what she could wear to keep things unique, so to go with a more simple approach, I just told DrawingsZERO, hey buddy, just draw Scarecrow with her default skin. There's lots of references out there, go ahead. But to also keep in mind on making things unique and something that can be suitable for her, I told him to draw Scarecrow with a pistol holster containing a 5.7 pistol. While using the spotter scope, originally I told him to draw a portable version of it, but we agreed on one that had a stand to position the set equipment on the ground. And anything final to say about Scarecrow's equipment and character? I also reminded DrawingsZERO to draw Scarecrow's drones somewhere in the scene, which once again makes sense for such a scene's context, given the duo is in a building, so Scarecrow's drones would do well at covering any blind spots. To move on to the mention of Essex, once again, the one detail that really stands out would be the hairstyle, which is unique for any artwork featuring Essex because through my own observation, it's rare to see this particular character with a different hairstyle, but this one looked more fitting, especially given the context of the artwork. Whereas for inspiration on the hairstyle, I instructed DrawingsZERO to draw. The starting reference was from a character named Janu from the manga, anime, and light novel series Why Does Nobody Remember Me in This World? But to bring in something about both characters in the scene, it was fitting to have Essex in eye protection in the color yellow, given lemon is something she likes, and to have eye protection being see-through also allows the viewer to see the eyes of both characters. But here's something I never mentioned to DrawingsZERO. The original idea was to have Scarecrow only wearing the headset and no eye protection, because Scarecrow is a robot, so something like colored eye protection wouldn't be needed, but I thought it would be a nice detail to once again separate typical artwork of said character and the headset not having a microphone. We agreed on the fact that Scarecrow would be able to communicate with a wireless microphone anyway. To also jump back on the background details, once again, this was another thing I never brought up, which was to have only a wall similar to how the Modern Warfare 3 mission I mentioned earlier established its sniper area at the start. But given what I know of DrawingsZERO, I just left background details for him to figure out, so that resulted in a setting is at the end of a hallway. So that's what I had to say about the artwork I commissioned. Once again, it wasn't the first time I commissioned artwork to him. He did a great job, and appreciate the fact he has his strengths in researching a lot on any references I present to him. And if anyone is wondering, there were 2 pieces of artwork I commissioned to him. The previous one was Essex driving a forklift. And the first artwork I commissioned, which featured a heavily modified YF-23 from the mobile game Metal Storm Aces, which sits as my desktop wallpaper to this day. And Metal Storm Aces is one of the games I actually talked about in one of my commentary videos. Link is in the description if you want to check it out. My name is Dragon Actual, and thanks for watching. See you next time.